What's going on, guys? I'm really tired today, and I have to work later tonight, so I'm gonna do this in a one through, and then I'm gonna go take a nap, and it's going to be glorious. Anyway, I'm using the super lame OU horror team with the super tar that can 1v5 clutch anytime. This is a game battles match that's from a long time ago, back when I was like trying to be competitive on that site. Now I just use it to test teams. That's okay. He leads with arrow. I can't stay in for an EQ with my Heatran, so I switch out to Gyara. That'll dodge the EQ. I guess this is an example of a decent gameplay where I play well. Anyway, he switches to slacking. I went for a waterfall there, just right off the bat. Not trying to set up too early because he could bring in a perfect counter to Gyara. I don't know what his team is yet. And that's what he does. He brings in something that can thunder it. So I switched out in Shaymin. I could have went to Flygon and dodged it altogether, but Shaymin can take it really well, and he could have used Ice Beam or something, which Shaymin can also live, and then I could go from there. Anyway, he switches into T-Tar, which kind of surprised me a little bit, because you never want to switch in the poke that's weak to the one that you're facing, because I'm just going to easily be able to 2-hit KO it, because I'm faster. So that's what I do. I go for another Seed Flare, but unfortunately it misses. He goes for a Blizzard. Kind of stinks because now my Shaymin's not really going to be usable for the rest of the game, even though I am going to take the hit. I noticed that his T-Tar's Life Orb, and this guy has like 3 pokes out of Life Orb, at least 3 that I saw. This T-Tar that's slacking and something else that we'll see later. Anyway, this time my Seed Flare lands, and although I did have to take a hit, I'm not looking too bad. I've got a bunch of good sweepers that I can probably roll through the rest of his team with if I can get set up. Anyway, he brings in a fire Pokemon, so I decide to an Infernape. Gyarados is the perfect wall of Infernape because of the Intimidate, in case it's a physical ape, and it resists both of its stab because it's water flying. Anyway, Sandstorm still going on. That's not ideal for me, but I do have a T-Tar myself, so whatever. Anyway, he has to switch out. There's nothing he can do, and he goes into his own Gyara, and he gets the Intimidate off on me. No big deal. I Dragon Danced, so I'm sitting at +1 speed and normal attack. And I know I'm going to go first if I decide to stay in, and I actually do decide to stay in because, like, why not? Like, if this is a bulky Gyara, it'll be able to live and then hit me back, but it's not a huge deal. Anyway, I ended up just getting a crit and one-hit KOing it, so all that thought process was for nothing. So that's kind of good for me. It's kind of lame how I get a crit, but I don't think that Gyara would have done anything to me at all, so no big deal. In comes slacking again, and I'm predicting him to predict me to switch. Double predict there, so I decided to stay in and try and Stone Edge, but unfortunately misses. Whatever, no big deal. That makes up for the crit, I guess, sort of. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he has to switch out because he doesn't want to slack off, and he goes to a Zam. I guess he doesn't have any real wall on this team. He kind of needs to fix that. Anyway, the Zam does not take that Stone Edge very well because it's a Zam. So I'm sitting at +1 speed, and at worst for me, this is a speed tie because of that boost. Or he could have been scarfed, but I don't think he'd be scarfed if he brought it into a Gyara. Anyway, Gyarados easily finishes it off with a waterfall because of its +1 speed boost, which is awesome. Anyway, in comes slacking again. I know he's gonna thunder me, but I just decided to stay in and go for an attack on it because honestly, this Gyara was useless for the rest. It was going to be useless. It did its job. It took out three guys, I think. 3.5 if you count slacking. So he takes his Life Orb, he takes his Sandstorm, and that's it. So Sizor is just going to come in and finish it off. So things are looking really good. I've pretty much won at this point, actually. He doesn't really stand much of a chance with what I've got. Obvious fire attack is obvious, so I'm just going to go for Flygon to wall the Flare Blitz or the fighting move, whatever he wanted to do. I'm scarfed, I'm just going to hit him with EQ. There's nothing he could have switched out, I guess, and I could have actually outraged and probably won the match just outright, but whatever. Like, I had it in the bag. I could have done anything that I wanted at this point. So EQ finishes off Infernape. and then his Aerodactyl is going to come in. That's it. I'm just going to switch out of my Flygon into Shaymin just as death fodder because, you know, I can't exactly kill a flying type with EQ. Anyway, he misses Stone Edge, no big deal. He crunches, but it doesn't kill me, and my Seed Flare misses, but whatever, Sandstorm kills me. I come in with Flygon and Outrage for the win, so I guess that was a good match. He brought like 6 powerful sweepers. Maybe that was like a novelty team for him, but whatever. That's a good win for me. Pretty solid, pretty one-sided, I'd say. Like, I used 2 guys as death fodder, and those are the only ones I lost, so. Anyways, Xerxes XStat tournament, I hope I can compete in it. I'm ranked 25th currently, I think. It depends on whether the tournament last night messed anything up. I'm hoping to stay in the top 32 so that I can actually play in it. Praying that nobody passes me. I only have 4 points, but I'm still 25th. Anyway, I'm probably going to do a tournament feature depending on how good I do. Like, obviously, I'm predicting I do well. Like, I do have a really, really awesome team thought out, and I'll probably put up a match with that team tomorrow because I think it's awesome. And it's a mixed tier tournament, so, you know, you're going to see some more new guys, which is always good because I love using new guys. I hate using this standard ass team that I like pretty much ripped off of Smogon. Anyway, that's all I really got to say, so I'm going to go have a nap, and I'll see you guys later.